One of the common problems that I find among founders, and particularly either founders that are first-time founders or newer in a business, is that they really end up building businesses that are very dependent on the founder in order to thrive and grow, and oftentimes even just to survive. And what this does, it ultimately becomes a major limiting factor to how successful a company can be. It also becomes a major stress on the founder when they can't take off for 2 days or even 2 hours without things seemingly fall apart. And so there's two ways that we can really avoid this. The first one is to simplify the systems in your business. And when I talk about simplify, I really want you to look at every area of your business, every process, every system that you have, and try and do one of four things. Try and either improve that system, automate that system, outsource that system, or kill that system. Oftentimes we have just systems that we are no longer necessary, but we are keeping them around. And so look to do one of those four things to every process or system that you have in business, and you'll find that your business becomes much simpler. There tends to be this kind of 5-to-1 rule in terms of when you are looking to actually simplify, optimize, delegate, outsource the systems that you have. And it may take 1 unit of time to actually just do the action or complete the process or the system, where it may take 5 units of time to actually automate or outsource and train somebody to do it or to simplify that system. And so what we find ourselves doing is falling in this trap where we just constantly take the 1 unit of time instead of the 5 units of time. And if we just took the 5 units of time once, we just take that Band-Aid off and do it, we'll never have to think about that again. And so simplifying your business, looking to either improve or optimize, automate, outsource, or kill each of the processes, thinking about that investment that you're making even when you're doing so. The second thing is to delegate parts of your business that you're doing. And I know that this is one of the most challenging parts for founders or leaders to do, is delegate things that they're doing to other people in the business, or even outsource. And what I find is that when you can just finally let go and start to delegate things, you'll find that people oftentimes, there are things that you thought nobody could ever do as well as you do them. You'll find that people actually end up doing them better, because what was the lowest priority on your list all of a sudden becomes the highest priority on somebody else's list. And so when you think somebody may not be able to do it as well as you can, just give it to them and see. Let them fail before you assume that they're going to fail, and you'll find that you can start to delegate a lot more things than you probably thought you could, and even have them be done better than you were currently doing them. The other thing it does is it frees you up to actually do the things that are higher priority on your list much better, because you can devote all of your time towards the things that you're good at or great at and the things that you love doing. Now, when it comes to the delegation, I always have a rule. I call it my 80-0 rule, which I know doesn't add up to 100, maybe a little bit weird, but my formula is this. If I can have somebody do something 80% as well as I can do it, and it costs 0% of my time, that's something that I should be delegating. And again, when that's kind of the bar that I set, I often find that people do things better than me. The one exception would be if it's a core or key process to your business. So for instance, I run an e-commerce store. With my e-commerce store, the ads are the one thing that I haven't turned over. I generate a lot of my business is based on spending a whole bunch of money on Facebook ads. If I was only getting 80% of the performance from my Facebook ads, essentially that remaining 20% is money that's coming out of my profits. And where my profit margin might only be about 20%, I can't afford to only have my ads done 80% as well as I would do them. But when it comes to everything else, the customer support, the fulfillment, the packing, the inventory, the ordering, if it's done 80% as well, I'm fine with that, because it requires 0% of my time and allows me to focus on the things that I need to be doing, the things that I'm great at, and the things that I love doing. So if you've built a business that's dependent on you or dependent on people, I really want you to rethink your systems and process. Try and simplify them and figure out what you can delegate to other people to build a much more sustainable and a much more scalable business.